Um, we all have experience and take some prescription drugs from the cities in hospital, and especially every American has one prescription drugs at least. But those the cost of prescription drugs are much higher than the other our neighbor country like Canada or United Kingdom or Australia. So indeed, according to the NBC News, September 26, 2024 says uh, one third of United States citizens cannot afford their prescription drugs. So they are still struggling to pay about their health and the drugs that save their life. And most of Black and Latino patients, especially colored people, patients, struggle to pay their prescription drugs. Today, I argue about the real reason and solutions of the cost about the United States, the prescription drugs. And I will give three main points. First one is discuss the problem. Why the costs are much higher than the other countries. Second is the reason, cause why those costs are too expensive than other countries. Why? And finally, the third is solution to reduce the cost of those drugs. Also, uh, why our what happened to us about the prescription drugs? According to American Hospital Association, May 22, 2024 says nearly 30% of Americans said haven't taken their medication due to the higher cost of the prescription drugs. And the association estimated that more than 1.1 millions of patients could would be died um, for the next decades. So the problem is the patients are dying because of the cost of drugs. And we are living in the United States. The United States is the most wealthier country in the world, and it is paradox. The nation is wealth countries, but the cities couldn't pay for their drugs. And also, KFF research says October 4th, 2024 says 30% of patients who take medicine and struggle to afford their medicine. So one third of patients couldn't pay for their health to save and cure their health. So it is probably uh, potential, potentially and indeed the threat to the citizen who lives in that country. Then why those prices are too high than other countries? The reason why at least twice the average the cost of prescription drugs are at least twice higher than average Western countries is uh, there are several reasons, and the Physiology Today press March 11, 2024 said they provide several reasons why those prescription drugs is too high. The first one is there are no central authority. So there are no authority to control the drug price, and the drug companies are free to decide their decided decide their cost of their drugs. And second reason is there are also no price controls. The individual states and the insurance company are negotiate about their price. There are no central control. And third reason is the system makes incentives for physicians to high cost drugs. So the physician who decide the drugs to the patients, they got more incentive or benefits to sell the expensive drugs to the patients. And they provide the last reason. The last reason was drug company charge as much as the market will bear. So drug companies trying to charge their price as much as they can, and it is probably hard to the individual patients are hard to pay about the higher prices. And what is solution about those problems? The Reuters news, September 3, 2024 says the solution of this problem could be make some authority to control prices. And indeed, in practice, the U.S. government, the Biden government, started to the center negotiation process with the drug companies, and they have some resort to reduce the cost of the drugs. But it is not enough to control the too much higher prices in the United States. And so there is other solution to control price. According to Jacobin Journal, January 10, 2024 says they give some example about Canada. The Canada have PMPRBs. This is same institution like FDA in America, and they regulate the cost of the drugs legally. So they have a government office to control the price and don't prohibit them to go to the price. So I gave 3 points about the cost of prescription drugs in America. And first one is we discussed about the problem. Second was that I gave the reason of why those prices too high. And third one is the last one is the solution to reduce the drug price in America. And I wish there are no one who suffered from the drug prescription price. As I said in the attention here, there are lots of people who suffer from the high drug cost, and especially the Black and Latino Americans are suffered from the high cost of prescription drugs. And we need to reduce that to save the people and save the Americans' health.